Crypto markets are booming. The relief rally, does it go higher or does it dip down? Let's go through it. So there's been a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. This is per Donald Trump. And then there was one final reaction from Iran sending 14 missiles, and they were knocked down. They were being aimed at an American military base. One was set free because it was headed in a non-threatening direction. The other 13 were knocked down, and apparently the US was given a heads up on this. And if this is true, and we have no idea what's true between world leaders talking about on Truth Social, Twitter, but if this is true, then what the idea is, Iran responds, and it's a bit more similar to North Korea in that they put out the data that they want their citizens to hear, because there's a bit of a block on data. It doesn't have all data just coming in with truth. Whoever knows what the truth is. Now, this was that. However, the ceasefire is in effect. Please do not violate it. This is all this morning. And then we've got this that's just come out just an hour ago. Israel, do not drop these bombs. If you do, it's a major violation. Bring your parts home. Now, the conflict in the Middle East, like, the markets are going to react, of course, to whatever's coming on. So probably your best bet right now is this is your alpha and your actionable of the day. Download Truth Social and follow Donald Trump. Whether or like if you hate the person, if you love the person, I don't care, but his reactions will dictate like movement in the market, and you'll be able to get it as faster than if you're just on Twitter. In general, though, plenty of greenery in the market with all this positive news, and the biggest benefit, of course, was our beautiful magical internet money, which is just pumped up. Some really pumped really, really high, and we'll go over those things. Probably one of the best lessons to learn, and I probably need a dedicated video, is buy when it's fearful, sell when it's greedy. It's that simple. I'm not saying even sell right now. You could if you were doing a one-day trade. I'm just pointing out that this will always get you. You'll more often buy when it's greedy, and you will sell when it's fearful. If you can just look at the data, reverse it, please. Having a look at the M2, which we're going to follow, of course. We are going to follow this, but it's somewhat invalidated if there's a war going on. So just keep that in mind. But things are moving up. So if the ceasefire continues, if the planes turn around, if things look stable, we're okay. It's probably not going to be stable. I don't think it's a 12-day war. I think it's going to be longer than that for sure. But I'm not a geopolitical expert. I'm not pretending to be one, unlike half of crypto Twitter. The 50-day EMA, we're above it. So this is currently good. So in other words, the war doesn't escalate any further. Maybe just goes to intelligence agencies between Mossad and Iranians, intelligence agency fighting each other. That would be okay. But if it's bombs and whatnot, this will probably come below again. Katoshi settings have flicked green. However, you had to be really, really fast to catch on that first candle. And I'm not entering any trade here. The macro news is uncertain. Now, of course, there's always good times to buy. If it's fearful, perfect. If it touches a fib level, even better. These were, like this fib as an example, we keep on talking about this fib, and we've shown you how to do it in videos. You can just type in fib level. I'm sure it'll come up on the channel. Like just coming down here, touching like $32. Now we're up at 37 with hype. It really does work. And you can always take profits whenever you like. Market cap dominance of USDT, it is not coming down. It's still going away. So in general, BTC will probably begin stronger versus altcoins for now. And there was a massive amount of short positions liquidated as soon as that news came in. So other than some like outsized ideas, which on meme coins, which I'm going to get into very shortly, and we are actually going in the team. We are going in a little bit heavy into these, leveraging up your big Bitcoins and ETHs and Sols right now with higher leverage. It's a bit silly. They can go one way or the other. 24-hour liquidation, nothing crazy, but $500 million. And it's pretty equal in terms of 50-50. So like, I don't know where market makers are going to go. There's no one clear-sided area to work out where it's going to go. You can always, this is always dynamic as well. You have to just bookmark coinglass.com and check them yourself. There'll be other things that will make it easier if you are looking at this. But like, for example, Sol, you could see there's more of a chance for things moving down and buy, but you have to check where else it's going. Now, if we have a look at the big movers of the day, Some of them I'm not certainly aware of. EOS is like a dino coin from the previous 2 cycles, to be perfectly. I have no idea what's going on with this. This is like nothing what I'm going to attach to. But I can tell you we'll be covering this on Fogo's Hub, Foji's Hub later today. This is pumping up, I believe, on news that they're kind of getting into the club market, which is the meta, which we keep on talking about. Kita dipped down hard and it's come up high. Like, this is also another strong narrative play, even though I don't think it's gonna do better than Fogo or whatever. It's very interesting thing. So you can't win them all, of course, but clubs is where my attention is right now, and you put your attention on where you think there is potential. Skip over EOS here. All right, so this is what we've got our mind on right now. We have ideas that Useless is going to have a bit of a run. You can do this in multiple ways. Nothing is financial advice, but this, just for pure transparency, this is where we're going right now. We believe it's outsized returns here, and we can buy the dip on the fib, and we can sell higher. You can do DLMMing. You could do leverage somewhere. I'm not sure where, but we're not doing that. You can buy spot. You can take profit at higher levels. We think this has a whole lot more attention. And if we have a look on the 1-day chart, we are at all-time highs, but it does have that fun narrative of being useless, and it's been talked about. Where we think we've got more potential is on Hosoku. It's already up 52% in 24 hours though, which is sizable, but it is a meme coin, and it has that ability to have these outsized gains. From its all-time high, though, it's significantly down 68%. So even at these kind of levels, even excluding the wicks, we could see a 100% move. And the reason why on this is technical, but which we won't cover to keep things speedy. But the biggest KOL on Solana is no longer Ansem, it's a bonk guy. Ansem has been right about many things, but now he's had his fun. He's docs. He doesn't want to get out there too much, I think. Bonk guy is the big dog, in my opinion. And he's so right so often that it's becoming very, very accurate. We've done this search. Tyler has. He's put in a whole lot of time into this. I think this is properly alpha. That's why we're taking the bet. It is not financial advice. From the UniPCs, Hosoku, I don't even know if that's the correct pronunciation, but like the engagement on this, the amount of mentions he's coming, plus it has like clean branding. I'm not even following it. I apologize. Notifications on. It looks pretty good, in my opinion. All right, next bit of news. So Donald Trump is pushing, of course, for rate cuts. Europe has had 10 cuts. US has had 0. His idea is no inflation, great economy. We should be at least 2 to 3 points lower. Would save the US $800 billion per year plus. And if things later change to negative, increase the rate. I hope Congress really works this very dumb, hard-headed person over, and we will be paying for his incompetence. Look, the markets will go higher if we get a rate cut. He's pushing for it, and he's pushing for it hard. I would say he is pushing for our bags. He's got his own agenda, of course, and we can't influence that. And you can, if you're in the US, you can vote for him or vote against him. But he's pushing for our bags, and this is why I'm still thinking we're going to have a fun cycle. I'm actually absolutely fun. I'm absolutely excited. We've got a bit of a report from Sari here. Bitcoin could spike to 120K. Here are 4 factors boosting the case for a BTC bull run. The bit of a TLDR here is, like, have some exposure to Bitcoin. Nothing's financial advice, but I'm having some exposure to Bitcoin. And when something outperforms, you can do it with ZBTC on Solana. You've got that upside protection. You can always convert to BTC in the future with their bridge. I've done a tutorial on it. But we've got Federal Reserves considering rate cuts. September is more likely, but this could come about if there's a big push on it. Oil prices going down, of course. If we continue to see things move where, like, it's an intelligence war and not a missile war, we could get this. And there's a few other things. Now, this is just Masari AI, but it has a decent amount of accuracy quite often. Let's move on to some Solana news, which is where we want to talk about. So, Fiserv, maybe I've got the pronunciation wrong. They do 2 trillion of annual volume, connects 2 million ATMs, and launching FI USD on Solana to reduce payment friction and connect 6 million merchants. That's cool. The next bit is Lily Liu. She's part of the foundation, or she was. She normally has it in her bio. I think she's still part of Solana Foundation. If not, she's extraordinarily smart person that you listen to her talk, and you know you're not the smartest person in the room. And at this point here, she's pointing out that the UAE will be a major beneficiary because Singapore was positioned for the new global crypto hub, and they've got strict DTSP regulations coming in. All these sort of things, they can really hurt crypto. So if you're starting up something, or if you're going to make a whole lot of money, you may want to consider something like UAE over Singapore. You can do your own research. I'm just pointing out that if there are teams there in Singapore, they could start to see it negatively influence. Maybe Jupiter as an example. More on Jupiter in a second. MetaDAO has a second launch coming. OmniPair. I'm gonna cover this because I'm bullish on MetaDAO. I don't have any information on OmniPair. ICO in 2 weeks. The Mountain DAO one did initially if you bought and then sold. Bought and then sold. Could be a similar approach here. Thus far, Mountain Capital has not actually managed to push any proposals, whatnot, but that's the nature of Futagi. OmniPair is a permissionless leverage on long tail assets. So what we're looking at here is, my understanding would be, new Memecoin comes along. This platform allows you to go and leverage it up. I don't know, deposit some of it somehow. People would earn a return on that, and you could go and short or long something, which could help price discovery a little bit more fairly in the Memecoin space. This could be worthwhile. I'm giving the follow for now. That's all the actionable is. Time.fun is introducing live streams. Right now, Pump.fun live streams are where the party's at, but this is pretty cool as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be adding into this, but they keep on shipping things. I'm bullish that they're shipping things. And then I've done this thread here on Jupiter. There's a whole lot of fun on Jupiter. I'm not of the opinion that someone should blindly just protect a project because they're bullish on it. Solana's good and bad, brilliant and not brilliant. Jupiter is same, brilliant things, not brilliant at other things. I think, like, I want to be really, really fair. I'm bullish on Jupiter. I have no upset with Jupiter, but the price is indicating that people are upset with Jupiter. It's underperforming Sol. The Jupiter Sol chart doesn't look good. And I think the fix is pretty simple. It's just the simplest thing is just the working groups and the team just need what I call the fixes. So have a read of this, and I think this would be a better idea. And even if Jupiter's like, no, I don't want to do it, I'll tell you something. If there's a crypto project that comes along and they're like, all right, cool, we want to get better, but we know that retraining is needed, correction is needed, which is not a skill set of people, and it's not a skill set of small startups. If they start to put in like fixer teams where they take the feedback and they go, great, we've given to the person in charge of retraining, and they retrain and they go with a carrot or a stick approach, whatever works on the person, that project will do well. And that's what I ultimately have to do with myself and my team, and what anyone has to do with themselves in order to get better. So that's what I think is really, really valuable. Bit of a longer news today. I think this is really, really key levels. You've seen what we're going for in meme coins. It is just for you to decide. You've got fibs. We've taught you how to do these things. We know that the market is currently, it's in a state where Israel looks like it could continue to react. And by the time this is edited and released, we could have new news. We don't know everything. It's day to day. Leveraging right now, a little bit scary, but your fib tools work. Fear and greed works. So please use these basic, simple things in addition with your research. Thanks for watching. Catch you next one. Cheers.